Hello and welcome, everybody. It is me, NCR News Network, with my good friend Anthony Caruso, and this is episode 2 of the Shittown Florida Man Power Ranking of the Week. Anthony, how are you doing today?
Mate, I'm doing good. I'm ready to delve into the absolute shithousery that went on this week between our two fine lands.
Before we start, we do have to announce the winner of last week's Golden Turd Award. The Golden Turd will go to either Florida Man or the Shit Towns of Australia every week. And the winner for the very first Golden Turd is the Shit Towns of Australia.
Don't think it was ever in any doubt, and I have to give a special mention to the Northern Territory on their amazing performance this last week.
They did set themselves far apart from the rest. And
not only that, but I believe we've got another award.
Yes, the Shit Stir, our MVP of the week.
Anthony. Yes, absolutely, and I believe it's in the fine traditions of Le Poop Scoop, as we like to mention.
Yes, the Florida man who unalived somebody over a dog poop scooping incident.
Oh,
he is truly our shit stir of the week.
It would make Mark the sarcastic law student very, very proud indeed.
Indeed.
Well, I think it's time to get into it. I have my customary coin, and you may make the call.
I'm going tails this week.
You're going tails this week. It is a head. And we will be kicking things off here this week because for our first trip for the shit towns of Australia, we are heading off to Woodend in Victoria, where 2,300 homes lost power after a Gronk stole some NBN copper. I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring it up for you right now. An entire Victorian town, Woodend in Victoria, had 2,300 homes affected because some dickhead decided it would be a good idea to steal the copper. And it was thousands of dollars worth of copper from a site, from one particular site. This person, I regret to inform you, is still on the run.
You know, this is not a dig at the copper thief, but there was actually a point in New Jersey. There was a city that was accepting copper as currency at like 2018. You can literally go to the fucking bodegas and just like, oh, it's $20. Well, here's about $20 worth of copper wiring. Let's just call it even.
I mean, I could just imagine soft sits realizing they can't get their hands on gold, and they'll turn around and goes, I'll give you this copper. The copper could be the new standard.
The copper standard.
I like it.
You know how many construction sites I had to break into to get this? Sir, why do you have meth mouth? Don't worry about that.
Oh, BSBT, if you're listening in, I know one way you can fund your lawsuit. Copper.
Well, that gives him an idea for his new business. BSBT copper removal. Don't ask questions.
NCR far away.
For our first Florida man, a Florida deputy was arrested for secretly recording people in the bathroom in his house.
We've gone voyeurism, have we? Straight off the bat.
Oh, yes. Because, again, Florida man has zero fucking chill. A 26-year-old Central Florida deputy is under arrest for video voyeurism following an investigation. On May 6th of 2024, Tampa Police Department began an investigation on a cyber tip, which led them to a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, where Sheriff's Deputy Justin DeBoss, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, a deputy in the DUI department, was found illegally recording people in his bathroom in June and was arrested in June. Throughout the investigation, they found multiple hidden cameras and have identified 2 of the victims. The sheriff of Hillsborough County said he is disgusted and feels this is a betrayal of the badge. It's not only a betrayal of the badge, it's also a viewing of a vag. But again,
oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And before you know it, it could be appearing on your nearest OnlyFans very soon, I think. Not that you want to see it.
Oh, nobody wants to see that, but
no.
This guy looks like a creepo. I mean, I'm looking at the photo they put in the news article, which again, all these will be put in the description box, so you guys want to deeper dive. He looks like the kind of guy that goes to a sex shop and buys the weird fetish porn.
Not that we kink shame here. We don't kink shame.
Oh no, we don't. No, we're not kink shaming.
Nope.
He takes the point.
Dear, oh dear. Oh well. On to number 9 now for the shit towns of Australia for this week. And I forgot to mention actually, NCR. You'll notice an omission at number 10.
What happened?
It wasn't Port Pirie.
No. Port Pirie. Are you guys growing up?
Out. I know. Port Pirie missed out.
I think they're finally growing up.
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves because we do have next week to deal with. But we leave Victoria and we head to Queensland. And one of your favourite towns has made its triumphant return.
Don't tell me.
Do you want to announce it?
City of Townsville.
Absolutely. And we've got a multi happening in Townsville. First off, an elderly woman assaults another elderly woman in a love triangle that's gone wrong. Oh, those kinky elderly people. Man confronted by a sword-wielding home invader. And a desperate ice addict steals pack of lollies from Servo at a knife point so he can go back to prison. Oh, God bless you, Townsville. Never change.
I mean, Gam gets pretty heated at bingo, and well, I guess somebody was playing with somebody else's cards, apparently.
Oh no! I know. I mean, the biggest one of all was the fact that the ice addict would do anything to get sent back to jail. The fact he would go steal a pack of snakes.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that's candy. And did he steal candy from children, or did he actually just go to the store and steal the candy?
He went into the store and held it up at knife point just so he could steal the candy.
Well, maybe he misses his celly. The boys on
but
boys in H Division say hi.
But here's my question to you: if he's a meth addict and he's going to go steal candy, how on earth does he expect to chew it?
Maybe he's talked to Mr. Owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials.
Ah, maybe. The next one.
From the Florida Man, number 9. Florida man booked into jail for the 74th time has been arrested yet again. I'm going to repeat that 74 times. And again, we go back to Hillsborough, Florida in Central Florida, where a man was booked in for his 74th arrest. Mark Bryant, age 57, is no stranger to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office after he's been to prison 11 times with a struggling and surprising 74 visits to jail since 1985. He is He has been arrested for defrauding a store out of A, $1,000, $10,000, or C, $4,500,000.
What the hell? 450,000.
No, 4,500.
4,500.
He has defrauded a store in 10 separate locations for $4,500 in merchandise.
Jeez.
He would scan barcodes with a lower price and put the other stuff back. It's a common tactic that thieves and drug addicts do. But I mean, this is perfect because maybe he can get a cell with homie from the lollies.
Possibly. They can compare notes with each other.
But 74 fucking times.
Must be bored, surely.
Anthony, you're up.
Yeah, here we go. Number 8 on the power rankings for the shit towns of Australia. And we go to a new town this time around. We go to Hughenden in Queensland. Gronk steals a caravan with a family sleeping inside. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. I mean, you want to talk about complete and utter stupidity. The surreal moment when a family of 5 leap from a caravan as it's being stolen. Police say an offender stole the car and caravan from the caravan park in Hughenden, more than 350 kilometres west of the city of Townsville. Oh, God, you know. The family was in it.
I'm concerned for the family's well-being being inside the caravan. But is the city of Townsville so shitty that they're oozing out an aura to corrupt others?
I think it's quite possible.
I mean, this is a weird osmosis situation here. We need to get some crack scientists from the research department. Let me get Dwayne up and see if him and the meth shine can get past customs.
Victorian camper Donna Redding was staying at the caravan park at the time when she heard yelling and screaming just after 9 o'clock. I started hearing like metal grating on the ground, like extremely loud. Do people in Townsville all have to throw in the word like as many times as they can?
Well, it's like their vocabulary. Like they have nothing else to say but like, you know, it's like stuff totally. Like that.
Yeah, like absolutely, yeah. All right, number 8.
Number 8, and it's somewhat of a repeat of last week. For number 8, we have another pasta being thrown. A 21-year-old Florida woman was arrested for throwing a plate of ravioli at her sister because she wouldn't share.
Hey. To be fair, you know, Italian families have been known to start fights over ravioli.
And we're still in Central Florida for this one. But Nikita Davis, age 21, was arrested August 15th for battery charges, according to the Pinellas County Sheriffs. And in an affidavit, Davis' sister alleges she came to the residence wanting them to share food. When the sister did not allow Davis to have anything, Davis got mad and admitted to throwing a plate of ravioli at her sister. And looking at the mugshot, she has no regrets. She's not ashamed at all. But my real question is this. Was it homemade or was it Chef Boyardee?
Yeah, you see, I doubt it'd be... I doubt it would be Chef Boyardee. Oh, sorry, I doubt it'd be homemade. I would doubt it.
I mean, I do a lot of things for some good food. You promise some good food, I'll help you move. Paint a house, build a chicken coop.
Yeah.
But what is it with Florida people and throwing pasta these days? It's the second time in 2 weeks.
Oh, what's the good pasta? I mean, seriously.
Ravioli is the perfect pasta. You can deep fry it. You can eat it with sauce on the side, just a little bit soaked in sauce. It's all good. But we had Florida man throwing spaghetti at his mama last week, and now we've got sisters throwing ravioli. What's next? Somebody's going to throw some Alfredo next week because it was not al dente.
I've known wars to start over that. Family wars starting over that. So, just be careful with that.
Let's go to number 7 for the shit towns.
Number 7, we head to Bridgewater in Tasmania after an absolute gronk gets home detention for deliberately ramming a kid on a bike with his car. An angry Bridgewater man made a terrible, terrible decision when he deliberately drove at and knocked a boy from his bicycle, wrongly believing the bike was his. So, this guy gets 2 years home detention because he simply thought that some kid on a bike had stolen his bike. Wrong bike, wrong person. You are a terrible human being to have done that. Enjoy your home detention now, you complete and utter gronk.
Will gronks ever learn? God only knows.
No, they won't. That is why they're called a gronk.
And if Gronkowski's watching this or listening to this, we're not talking about you, good sir. Keep up with that retirement.
Number 7 for Florida man.
Now, this one's a bit sadder, but the headline reads, a Florida man is a suspect of foul play at Polo Tropicana. A former ex-Polo Tropicana employee is charged with attempted murder after stabbing a co-worker. This former employee at this establishment was charged with attempted murder following the allegations that he stabbed a co-worker. The Plantation Police Department, which is in South Florida, records show on August 16th, officers responded to an emergency call from the former Polo Tropicana location located at 55 North University Drive, my apologies, which the manager reported a co-worker and an employee was stabbed inside of the restaurant. Police said that the victim got into a verbal altercation with an ex-co-worker and, well, he first began to punch and attempt to choke him, then pulled out a large chef's knife, and then, well, we can all assume from what happened there.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, if you want to go play with bodies, go sign up and join an abattoir, because that's where that kind of behavior is completely appropriate.
I mean, the only thing I could say is the Coconut Creek Talk. You guys really like to have fun with your headlines, apparently.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Alrighty. Shall we move on to number 6?
Yes, we shall.
In 6th place, it is Sydney in New South Wales, and it's a multi for us. Oztag player accused of pulling a knife on an opponent during a game. Now, for those who are wondering what Oztag is to rugby league what flag football is to the NFL. It's a non-contact version of the same game. And some guy got upset, got shirty and decided, you know what? I know I'm going to resolve this. I'm not going to go play it. I'm just going to go pull a knife on somebody. Because why not? And it occurred in Sydney's inner west. Not only that, but a maniac threatens to shoot teens and then tries to run them over for having the temerity of fishing too close to him. Now, I understand that fishing is a ritual. We all like our space with it. But seriously.
Now, fishing etiquette does say that you need to be at least 7, not 7, I should say, about a foot away from whoever you're fishing with if you're on the beach. Or if you're in a boat, you need to be at opposite angles so you don't tangle up your lines. That's common etiquette. But what pissed this mate off so much to go, I'm going to run them over because what did they interrupt his fishing spot? Did he try to land the mermaid of his dreams, but only to be finding out that instead of Ariel, he got a manatee?
Oh. This is the most annoying. This is the most incredible thing of the lot. I've got a name for you. His name is Jack Doyle of the famous Doyle's Seafood Restaurant. He threatened to kill a bunch of kids for fishing at the wharf where his restaurant is. Now, I've eaten at Doyle's. Very nice place. He confronted the 15, 16, and 17-year-olds and said, I'm going to kill you. Just watch. I have a gun and I'm going to use it.
Well, maybe they were trying to get the catch of the day at a discount.
Oh, well played. And here's what happened. The 37-year-old was arrested several hours later, more than 200 kilometers away in Goulburn, where he returned a blood alcohol reading of 0.199. He was also caught high-range drink driving while he was on bail, this time blowing 0.167. He's lost his license for 9 months for the drink driving offences, but he failed to have his more serious charge dismissed on mental health grounds. He'll be sentenced for that one early next year, and he faces 2 years in jail. So they didn't do anything. He was just off his tits.
I don't know. There's something fishy about that one.
Oh. We'll go to number 5. Sorry, number 6.
Number 6 for Florida man involves another restaurant. But a Florida man was busted for impersonating a local pizzeria and swindling tourists. Again, another Italian delicacy here.
Oh God! Don't mention pizza shops around me. People, insinuations.
But a South Florida man was arrested after swindling tourists, posing as a delivery driver for a popular pizzeria for several years. 55-year-old Jose Martin Alvarez, a Miami resident, is accused of impersonating a delivery driver for Roman's Pizzeria, a beloved local joint serving up uncooked or raw pizzas to unsuspecting tourists staying in the Miami Springs Hotel. He would post up fake flyers around the hotel and would trick the visitors into ordering from him. He would respond by bringing them raw or uncooked pizzas and pocketing the money. I mean, you could tell. I mean, how could you not? You didn't feel the heat from the fucking box? You didn't smell the cheese or the sauce or the toppings you ordered being brought to you?
Oh dear, oh dear.
Jose would show up to these people's hotel rooms with boxes of lumpy or raw dough. I mean,
Oh, and not even a decent sausage in there as well.
I can just imagine some tourist, wanting a nice hot slice of pizza and knock at the door. I have your large Italian sausage.
Yeah.
And turns out it's limp chorizo.
Now, important question. In the eternal debate around pizza, are you a New York style pizza or are you a Chicago style pizza man?
Ooh. Now that's a tough one because as much as I love the fact that I can fold it up and go on about my day with the New York style, the heartier style of the Chicago deep dish is just fascinating. But I don't want to eat a whole lasagna while I'm trying to eat one slice of pizza. So I'm going to have to go with New York style. But another debate with that would be, would you go Detroit style deep dish or tavern style, Chicago tavern style, thin crust?
Thin crust. Always thin crust. So, and the reason why is because it is a lot closer to what you would normally expect from a pizza in terms of having a thin crust. So, but yeah, it's a debate. I mean, that's an episode that could be another episode in its own right. The great pizza debate.
Yeah, I don't think we should get into war with that one.
No, absolutely not. Let's move on now to the top to fifth place, and for the shit towns of Australia, we head off to Taree in New South Wales, and we've got another multi. First off, a trio charged after a man was abducted and tied to a street sign with no pants on. Hang on. We've got a story about someone tied to a street sign with no pants on, and we're missing pants right now. Where is pants?
Pants, if you're in Australia, please put your pants back on.
Yep, please put your pants back on. Now, we're going to come back to this one, but I'll mention the other ones very quickly. Apparent GTA enthusiast bashes elderly taxi driver, steals the taxi, crashes it, attacks the dog walker, steals her bag with car keys, steals the car, and then calls the six-pack pile up.
And he only got 3 stars.
I mean, no, you know how he almost got away with it? He found one of those secret stars that took one of the stars off.
Now, the real question is this. Where did it happen at? Did it happen on the coast so he can rock out to some classic 80s beach vibes? Or was this in downtown where he could rock out to some good R&B and rap?
No. This is a beachside town. So it would have been very like almost country style. But let's go back to the bigger one. A mum accused of dealing drugs was allegedly involved in a bizarre kidnapping in which a man was taped to a street sign. Melissa Feary, 40, from Taree, appeared in Supreme Court in a bid to be released from prison where she'd spent the last 4 months on remand. The heart of the charges arise out of events in March when Miss Feary, in company with 2 men, put another man in the boot of a Holden Commodore and drove him to the main street and sticky taped him to a pole half naked. The court was told the mother of 4 is alleged to have committed the offence alongside her partner Michael Brown and another man.
The plot thickens.
Evidently. The third person's name, that has been accused of this is Luke Ballard.
Luke Ballard.
Oh,
There's going to be some ballots written about him.
Oh boy, absolutely. The night they taped someone to a street pole half naked.
You know, there's that song, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Yeah, yep.
Well, the night the Gronk was taped to a pole.
Indeed.
Fuka, if you're listening to this, Fuka, we want that song.
Indeed. 5th place for you.
A Florida man bleeding from the head was arrested at Miami airport along with companion after refusing to get off a plane. And the mugshots look like he's missing the top of his skull, but a Miami-Dade man and woman were arrested at the Miami International Airport on American Airlines. Of course, American Airlines. On a flight heading to Las Vegas, the suspect arrested got into an altercation with flight staff after they noticed. I am not even going to take a fucking stab at pronouncing this motherfucker's name because as a Latino, we tend to have multiple names. We have, our Christian name, our middle name, our mother's and our father's last name. This motherfucker got 5 names. We ain't doing that here. He got into an altercation with the flight crew after they noticed he was bleeding and refused medical attention. They were not going to take off. So he says, no, I'm not getting off the fucking plane. Him and his companion, a 37-year-old woman, refused to leave because they wanted to go to not Lakeland, but to Las Vegas. Saying they could not fly. No one else could fly either. So this is one of those stories where alcohol had to be involved.
Any way you could explain it.
I mean, I know Vegas is fun and all, but well, I guess answer the question. You have to be half brain dead to go there?
Evidently, yes.
Number 4 for the shit towns of Australia, my friend.
And in 4th place, we head off to Melbourne. The minor story that we've got for this is a suburb terrorized by a mystery pooper who craps on the nature strip before decorating nearby trees with shitty toilet paper. I mean, that's just nasty, let's face it. But then...
Oh, that's nasty.
That nasty. But the biggest story is this one. 160 feral teens trash a rental house. This has just got Corey Worthington's name all over it. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 100 teens have trashed a rental property in Melbourne's northeast, causing $12,000 worth of damage. The property, described as a serene retreat in South Morang, was rented to a group of teenagers reportedly using a stolen credit card. The cleaners have said they have never seen anything like this before. Victoria Police said they were called to the property and asked the teenagers to move, which they did without incident. I mean, this poor sod has put the house up on Airbnb to be rented by 160 teens who used a stolen credit card, and they've absolutely ruined the fucking joint.
I mean, are they trying to channel the Australian party kid?
Corey Worthington, I think it's quite possible.
I mean, you can't beat him. I love that. I love that interview. Oh, I'm not taking off my glasses. It's how people know me.
It's one of the greatest interviews of all time. I'll apologize, but I'm not taking my sunglasses off.
Take them off. Nah.
Well, famous.
I mean, I have to describe Corey for this interview so people can understand what we're talking about. If you haven't seen him, he's actually made an appearance in the Cartoon Network TV show Regular Show, where he was only wearing a pair of swim trunks, nipple rings, a jacket, sunglasses, and a ball cap with bleach blonde hair, defiantly yelling that he would not take off his sunglasses for the interview.
I mean,
The kid is a fucking mess, but yet ends the interview with saying to the youngsters at home, if you want to throw a party, just have me do it. They'll be fucking legendary.
I mean, this kid's got balls, brass pair, honestly. A brass set.
You know, I want to give him a Goon Squad pass. I want to give him a VI, you know, the Australian Shit Town Florida Man Power Ranking Hall of Fame. He's number one on the fucking tour.
Indeed. Indeed. Who's coming in fourth place for you?
We have a DUI, but a very peculiar DUI.
Mm-hmm.
Police. He was drunk riding a lawnmower and hit a cop car. A Florida man was arrested in Haines City, which is in Central Florida. So we're back to the stomping grounds of Grady Judd. But a Haines City police officer on Saturday night walked out to find a loud noise near the jail. They found Gary Anderson on top of a riding lawnmower in the parking lot. Our 68-year-old Florida man told him three things. He just got stuck, crashed into a police car. There is no damage to the police car, and Anderson was drunk. And it looks like somebody's grandpa needs to lay off the George Strait because he is definitely channeling his inner George Strait. He rode down U.S. Road 17 to get more booze with his riding lawnmower, a wagon attached to it, and a cooler full of beer.
This guy sounds like peak Florida man.
The only true question that both me, you, and Sir Reginald are asking ourselves, was it VB Longnecks?
I'd be disappointed if it wasn't.
There is a picture in the article of the riding lawnmower in question, the igloo cooler, and his mugshot where he has the look on his face of like, where's my next beer?
My next beer, bruh. Oh, that's good. That is very good. I'm gonna need a drink after that. Let's move on to third place and taking out the bronze for the shit towns of Australia. We head to Old Beach. Yes, we're heading back to Tasmania. And a somewhat unusual one. The kind of antics you would normally expect to see when you go on certain trips to, I don't know, countries in Southeast Asia. This is the story of a Tasmanian paramedic who was fired for trying to remove a ping pong ball from a woman's vagina himself instead of taking the lady to hospital. The woman told... Yep.
So she wasn't doing her Kegel exercises?
No, I think so. I think that's the case. The woman originally told the operator the ping pong ball was stuck in her vagina, but she was pretty good and she was just laying there. The ambulance arrived at 4:30 a.m., almost 6 hours after the initial call for help. The woman reportedly undressed and lay on the couch where a female ambulance officer parted her labia. The male paramedic, who was based out of New Norfolk, then inserted medical forceps into the patient's vagina to a sufficient depth to make contact with the ping pong ball. He then determined the ping pong ball could not be easily removed, and the woman was transferred to Royal Hobart Hospital. The paramedic was fired after the incident.
You know, there is a lot of weird things I've heard to come from Tasmania. But this one is just balls to the wall crazy.
You know what's even worse? He then came back and sued the Tasmanian government for wrongful dismissal and lost.
You know, this isn't a Florida man or shit towns off Australia, but I think this is funny because it's just funny as fuck to me. But have you heard of because this guy's lawsuit is as crazy as this one, but a Los Zeta cartel member tried to sue P. Diddy this week.
Tried to sue P. Diddy.
Yes, for $666,000 and damaging to the reputation of his human trafficking business. Yeah, and that's not Florida man level, but it's there.
Oh, it's there. It's there. Just get him an honorary citizenship into Florida, and you're on your way.
We will give him a Florida man pass if he wants it, or he can have a pass as an up and coming Gronk.
Oh, indeed. Who's got your bronze medal?
Our bronze medal winner is Florida man busted with meth while checking into probation office.
Really?
Yes. A Florida man, while going to the sheriff's department to check in with his probation officer, Brandon Lee Harris, age 31, was charged as a felon with violating his parole, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia in the parole office. That's all the article has. It's not letting me load up anymore, but God, you know, I would expect fake piss, you know, a fake dong with some clean urine in it. But you're going into the police department and you're going to to see a probation officer, and you're bringing your meth with you. Outstanding.
Fine, upstanding citizen. Just, that's special. Speaking of meth,
our silver for Australia.
Our silver for Australia takes us to Queanbeyan in New South Wales. Meth head jailed after forcing woman to drink piss and eat shitty toilet paper. Now, if you want to talk about a shit human, quite literally, here we go. Details of the woman's horrific ordeal can be revealed for the first time after her attacker, 38-year-old truck driver Benjamin Andrews, last week pleaded guilty to a charge of aggravated detaining with intent to obtain an advantage. Andrew confessed to subjecting the woman to a series of degrading acts over a 2-hour period, as well as forcing her to make demeaning comments and statements, which he recorded on camera. This included drinking her own piss and eating dirty toilet paper. He was high on meth. A psychologist.
Why am I not surprised?
Indeed. A psychologist has since diagnosed him with persistent severe depression, antisocial personality disorder, and impulse control problems. He sentenced Andrews to an overall prison term of 3 years and 9 months with a non-parole non-parole period of 2 years and 6 months with time served. He'll be eligible for parole in April in 2025. He's not quite at the wood chipper position, but geez, he's on his way.
Oh no, but I would like to nominate him for the shit stirrer of the week. He is trying to claim that MVP award.
He is indeed. He isn't trying to claim that MVP. All right, who has the silver medal from Florida?
We have another DUI from the silver medal.
Oh,
a Florida man was arrested while driving his tractor down Main Street. Officers noticed that there were 2 beers on the floorboard of the tractor and a strong odor of urine and alcohol while they were speaking to the suspect. Our suspect is a 60-year-old Florida man who was arrested for driving a John Deere tractor down the main road of Hill Springs, Florida at excuse me, at 4:41 in the afternoon, August 19th. The Hill Springs Police Department noticed a John Deere tractor traveling northbound. When they stopped the tractor, officers began to speak to Shannon, the gentleman in question, and found that he had 36 misdemeanor convictions, non-violent, most of them including 3 DUIs. And, well, Florida man's going to be Florida man.
Oh, he will indeed. He will indeed. But I mean, fair play to him for if he's gonna get done for drink driving in a tractor. He's done it in a fairly classy one in the form of a John Deere.
True, but I think he was channeling his inner Leahy.
Inner Leahy, yeah.
Randy, Bo Bandy, I am the liquor.
Oh, again, sounds like a wannabe GTA enthusiast.
Oh, yes.
And
Anthony, please present us with the gold medal winner.
Oh, dear God. But strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. We head back to Tasmania. Tasmania's had a good week this week.
Oh, God, yes.
Hobart, alleged fish fucker, faces court over a trout video.
Don't tell me he went past the trout.
It's not a he.
Oh.
A Tasmanian woman accused of a sex act with a live fish on a boat has appeared in court for the first time. Catherine Lee June, 58, appeared in Hobart Magistrates Court on Monday, where she asked for an adjournment without plea. She faces 3 charges under the Classification Enforcement Act, publication of films and computer games, including possessing a bestiality product between February 2022 and January 2023. Police allege the bestiality product was a video depicting sexual activity between Miss Lee and a brown trout.
So the brown trout made a red snapper.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when I saw the headline article to start off with from Shit Towns of Australia, my first thought that came to my mind was that someone was trying to channel their inner Troy McClure. That was not the case.
Yeah, I heard a rumor from Peacemaker that that Aquaman likes to fuck fish, man. And I know the Deep does.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and if you do go visit the article, there is a photo of her as well.
Charming.
Absolutely. Who has taken out your top spot for Florida Man?
Florida Man's gold medal winner for this week. A Florida man steals $200,000 in utilities to power his weed greenhouse. A Lake County man is accused of stealing $200,000 worth of utilities to power a greenhouse to grow his marijuana. Rafael Tomeo, age 36, is being held on $1 million bond. Hold on, let's say this right. $1 million.
$1 million.
Lake County deputies arrested Rafael for stealing over $100,000 of utilities, which were used to power a cannabis greenhouse, the sheriff's office says. In the affidavit, they say that the local electric company noticed a large surge and noticed that they were having issues and went to the address located in the affidavit. And the detectives discovered that their lines were cut and the secondary line was hooked up to transfer the illegal power to Mr. Mayo's house to grow his cannabis, ranging in a total usage of 551,000.3 kilowatts of power per day, totaling a total of 2,749 days, alleging to be in totals of a cash value of $207,359.01.
I'm not even disgusted. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed as well.
Yeah, this doesn't, to me, I don't think this man deserves to be mocked as a typical Florida man. He's actually shown some level of intelligence through all of this.
I have
elaborate.
To say, I mean, this isn't just some kid trying to grow weed in the tool shed. He had a setup. I mean, to steal that much power, he had to have a huge greenhouse.
That's indeed I tip my hat to the person. That's a fair effort to be able to achieve. I mean, let's not ignore the fact he's broken the law. Clearly broken the law by stealing power, but that's Homer Simpson bootlegging alcohol level of intelligence there.
I mean, you could see why I gave him the gold medal.
Oh, I know. Oh, that's a great performance, that. There we are.
I'm going to have to say, this has been a crazy week.
It has been. What a way to sign off on it. But, I think it's time for the people to decide, isn't it?
Yes. You guys can go down to the comments section below and let us know who deserves next week's Golden Turd Award, Florida Man or the Shit Towns of Australia. Let us know who you have as your pick for the MVP as the shit stirrer of the week.
And don't forget to leave your comments below. Let us know what you think and let us know what you'd like to cover for us to cover next time. Until then, I'm Anthony Caruso.
I'm NCR News Network. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.